Y'all know what's going on. It's time for another episode of Doing Time with Joe. And check this out. This is the conclusion of Pillow Talk, right? So follow me, y'all. Here we go. The tag team done come in. They going to a cell. They marching. They standing in front of the cell, all military and all this and that. They pop the door, telling you to step out. You feel me? When you step out, you got your hands up. Then they pat you down, tell you to turn around, all this and that, and do all this and that. You know, then they tell you, one of y'all get to the side. They want to make sure you ain't got nothing. Then one step to the side. Now the officer is 3 officers. There's 2 that's taking you in the room and 1 is watching you. They take the one person in the room, strip search you, you come out. Take the other person in the room, strip search you, come out. Then you go sit down at the table. And then the 2 officers go into the cell. And then they keep going down the line the same way, right? Until they get everybody sitting at the table. And then they in themselves tearing them up. Tearing the cells apart. They are not playing, looking for any and everything. Now, when they went in Brussels, listen to me. When they went in Brussels, they were in there all of 5 minutes. You can hear them in there, like the wrenches is taking the screws and all in there, because he had it hid in the wall under the toilet. So you got to take the toilet off the wall, move it, and then it's a hole behind it. That's what he did. That's why he had to hit it, and they went right to it. Got it. They got the phone. They got his weed. They got all of that kind of stuff. Everything, right? And then they come out and say, we got it. It was right where we thought it would be. And he looking at him, wondering what's going on. And he couldn't help himself. He had that sad look on his face, old puppet dog look on his face, and he turned and he looked at her. And what he saw sent him into a rage. Sent him into a rage, man. He saw her talking to them. And she looking at the pack. She was like, yeah, that's it. That's it. And then one of the officers pulled out a phone. Listen to me. Watch this. They pulled out the phone and called the number. Called the number. And it didn't ring. So then she took the phone, typed the code in there, opened it up. Why bro give her the code? Why? Why would she need the code for any reason? Any reason. She didn't need to use his phone for nothing. But he had given her the code. Popped it, and then the officer called it back, and it rang. They knew they had him. And then they walked over to him. He's sitting there. He's looking at her like shocked. She said, what are you shocked about? She said, we've been on to you for the last couple of years. She said, we finally got you. We knew what your weakness was. We knew what your weakness was. And she said, and your girlfriend, we went and talked to her. When she broke up with you, I wanted her to know that it wasn't nothing about that. This was business. And she told me she wasn't going to tell you. Because I told her everything we talked about. I showed her text messages. I told her what you was trying to do, trying to get you some. I told her all of that. I told her all of that. And you went for it. And she said, right now, your brothers on the town, they're being raided too. Everything that you told me about them, everything that they told me about themselves because of you, we're taking them down today. And we're going to be taking you and charging you as well. So I'm sitting over there, you know what I'm saying, me and some of the guys, right? We sitting over there and we watching this take place, but we can't really hear the whole conversation. But I see fear on his face. I see utter fear on his face. They tell him to stand up, put his hands behind his back. They put handcuffs on him and walked him out. I'm thinking it's just about the phone. I'm thinking it's just about the phone. And then this is what got me. Officer Ramirez, she went into that restroom that they use all the time. She went in there and took off the state uniform and come out, and she got her uniform on that she's undercover. Undercover. She don't even work for the department. She's an undercover cop, sending her specifically to try to bust the ring, see what was going on. And brother and gave her everything. Gave her everything. Got brothers on the town pop, himself pop. And now I'm thinking like, okay, what they know about us on the compound. And that's one of the reasons that I never ever That's one of the reasons I had never, ever allowed brothers to do business in the name of GD. If you want to do business with a brother, that's on you. But we ain't doing business together in the name of GD. Because I don't know what you might do, and if one person get busted, everybody get busted. I did my own thing, right? Everybody else did their own thing. I'm not even going to allow somebody to do business with me in that way. You feel me? It's all separated. So when he get in the back, he shoot the note out. You know, we got ways of getting the letters out to us and all. He shoot the letter. He tell me everything. And I'm sitting there, me and my COS sitting in the cell, and I'm saying to myself, oh my God, they coming to get us next. And they didn't. They didn't come and get us because they didn't have nothing on us, right? It was all him and then the guys on the town. So the next thing we know, the GD phone started buzzing, right? The GD phone started buzzing later on that night. They said, hey, bro, got a KOS on his head. I had text them back. I already know that was coming. So they said, call when you get a chance. I immediately called. I said, what's up, bro? They said, look, you heard what happened. I'm like, yeah, I'm right in here with him. How would I not know? I said, man, I told y'all, man, if someone right, y'all don't want to listen. Don't want to listen. They were like, man, brother, I'm going down out here, but everything ain't going to be straight. You know what I'm saying? They ain't get everybody. I said, I understand that, right? But I said, man, these folks done stepped their game up. All about these daggone cell phone, man. They done stepped their game up. I said, what y'all need to do is make sure these brothers that's in the penitentiary to be reaching out to y'all. Y'all need to make sure they don't know what's going on out there. Because if they know what's going on, y'all all hit. And that's what happened. But let me tell you the lunacy in all of this. Let me tell you the lunacy in all of this. See, a lot of guys in here, they so lonely for attention. They so lonely for attention. They're confused, you know what I'm saying, comfort. Meaning, when I say comfort, I'm talking about being able to talk to a female and they saying something nice to you, making you feel good about yourself. They'll confuse that comfort with trust. And then just start opening up everything to them, right? And the reason that they do that is because they think that by sharing those things about themselves and the person that they're talking to, the female that they're talking to, is still accepting of them, that it kind of validates what they're doing, that they're not a bad person, right? It's really a trick of the mind. They don't want to believe that what they're doing is bad. So this person that appears to be clean, that lives a clean life, they want them to accept them, and they try to corrupt them along the way. And by them sharing all these intimate details with them, they think that they can end up trusting them, but you can't, because they're on the other side of this thing. They're on the other side of this thing. And quite honestly, and I hesitate in saying this because a lot of people are going to be like, Joe T, you tripping. We're on the wrong side of this, man. We keep believing that what we're doing and how we're doing it is going to make things better for us. And it continually, over and over, year after year, decade after decade, it continues to make things worse for us. When are we going to get the point that we got major talent, able to do anything, if we just put the same energy that we put into that other stuff into doing the things that are legal? Real talk. I'll never forget one day my daddy, you know what I'm saying, he had heard I'd been selling dope, and you know, it was true, but I denied it. And he told me, he pulled me to the side, he said, hey boy, if you want to sell dope, go to school and become a pharmacist. I didn't really feel the full weight of what he was saying when he said that. I didn't. Anything that you want to do illegally, you can do legally if you go to school for it. It's something like that for you there. You want to bootleg liquor? No. Get your license. Simple as that. It's as simple as that. You want to, you out there robbing trains and stealing people's hard-earned clothes and stuff they done sent over here to get sold to people and all this and that? Well, why don't you go to school and major in fashion and design and create your own stuff and sell it? It's 1,000 things that you can do, and then the way the internet works today, it's limitless things that you can do to make a lot of money. But the problem that the people have is not the money. It's not the money. It's the validation. You don't feel good about yourself. And you don't even know it no more. You don't forget why you feel the way you feel. and you try to do all these things to get people to accept you, get people to validate you, get people to tell you that you're going to be okay. It's a waste, man. It's a real waste. But you're going to understand that one day. You really are going to understand that one day. Because the more and more we find ourselves in a situation where we're depending on, what somebody's saying about us mattering to us, the more we get to the point where we need somebody else to validate us in order to make us feel good, and we'll do whatever we got to do, even if it means breaking the law or breaking the hearts of our parents and grandparents and sisters and brothers and doing something stupid and disappointing them, the more and more we seek that validation in the wrong ways, in the wrong directions from the wrong people, the more and more we dig a hole for ourselves that is almost inescapable. And before you know it, you end up in prison like me. So think about that. This has been another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker, and I'll say peace, y'all.